Welcome to Successfully Simple, the creative entrepreneur's guide to working less and living more. I'm your host, Erin Flynn, and this season on the show, we're tapping into the brainpower of multiple experts per episode, getting their take on various topics. You're going to love it. Let's dive in. Hey there, Erin here, and today's question is, again, a really good one. It is, how important is it for you to have support from your peers? How do you find your people to get feedback and support? I can't wait to hear what our experts have to say, so let's dive in.
Hey, this is Caitlin Hamilton, and I'm an online business manager and marketing strategist. It's incredibly important for you to have support from your peers, for me to have support from my peers, and really just kind of find that community and get the feedback and support that I'm looking for. While I always say not to really rely on other people's opinions of you, I think it's really important to find people that you can trust and that you can count on to give you honest feedback. I mean, you can look at creating a network, a pod, maybe a Facebook group, or you can also work with a business coach. So, working with somebody that really is an advocate for your business, can see your business and your blind spot from the outside. That has been critical for me and my success in having that person to push me and to call me out on stuff, also to provide me feedback and give me ideas, and encourage me, when I'm ready to throw in the towel, because you do have those moments, and that happens in business. So I think that for me, I've found my people, so to speak, through Facebook groups, different entrepreneurship Facebook groups online. I've been able to just meet people that are like-minded as me, in the same stage of business as me, and also people that I aspire to become and aspire to, have a business that they have, whether that be a direct correlation or indirect correlation, and kind of tap into their knowledge and skill set and resources, again, as well as hiring a coach who's an advocate for me. So I think that you kind of have to do a little bit of your own research, find who you vibe with, and, you'll meet somebody through the online world, because I think it's so incredible to be able to build those relationships, or maybe it's Instagram or Facebook, that you can just connect with them and see that friendship blossom and bounce ideas off of each other, because I do think it's a reciprocal sort of thing. So maybe it's somebody in a different industry, somebody that, you don't feel like you're competing with, so to speak, and can give you insights for maybe it's your ideal client market or something like that. So I have found that to be really successful for me, and I rely on my people a lot to give me that necessary feedback. So I think if you want to today, go find a Facebook group, find your business bestie, hop on a coffee chat with them. I mean, I know that's super popular right now, just to send a quick message and be like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. It's almost like you're shopping for a bestie, right? Like online dating, but a business dating, and ask people to chat and see who you vibe with. And that's worked out really well for me. So if you want to connect with me further, be sure to check me out on Instagram, www.instagram.com/Caitlin E. Hamilton, or my website, which is www.Caitlin, Hamilton, HAMILTON.com.
Hey, this is Megan from meganmints.com, and I help online business owners learn how to scale and grow their online business, specifically through their planning, their systems, and building a team. And when it comes to getting support, I find that this is one of the biggest challenges that most online business owners face, and is also one of the most important things to really work towards. I am not naturally the type of person who seeks out new friendships. Even though I'm technically an extrovert, I find it very difficult to do this in the online space. Now, put me in person with people and things change dramatically, which is actually how I have found the best friendships in the online space. I met a lot of my current business besties at in-person events and conferences. At the time I'm recording this, we are deep in COVID-19. It's, the end of 2020. We haven't been able to travel at all. And so this is really difficult to do in today's current times. And I absolutely understand that. But as we all know and hope, life will return to normal. So whenever we are at a time where conferences and masterminds that are in person and industry events are happening again, I think this would be the best way for you to spend your time. And I know it costs money to do, so you have to be selective, but it really is a game changer for making real relationships with the people you may have interacted with or seen online, or even making brand new friends. Even Erin, I met her in person. And that really kicked off our relationship, even though we had, kind of been in the same circle virtually before. So it really does make a huge, huge difference when you can meet people and spend time together in person. Now, besides that, there are other incredible ways to make meaningful relationships without having to meet in person first. And my favorite way to do that is through joining group courses or group programs, as long as there is a community component or even a mastermind. So I don't think you would get this from joining any type of self-study course, but if there's a mastermind or a high-level group program with a big, strong community, you can absolutely make meaningful relationships as long as you are showing up and engaging and going the extra mile to be a, really engaged, helpful, supportive member of that community. You can't expect to join an online community and be a silent watcher and build meaningful relationships. You really have to engage, reach out to people, be helpful, and actually nurture a real relationship. So this is how I find my people. It's through a combination of in-person events when that is a realistic option, and joining masterminds and high-level group coaching programs where I can really get to know people at a higher level than just sending DMs on Instagram, although that is certainly a great way to get started. So if I was you, what I would love to recommend for you is to look at where you can start to intentionally get to know people in a community. It might even be a place you might already be a part of it. Like it could be a group you're already in that you're just not engaging in actively, or you might need to seek out a new program or mastermind to join and really seek it with the intention of getting that peer support. And then hopefully in 2021, you'll be able to start maybe attending events or conferences again, where you can really build some meaningful relationships faster. I hope this helps. We have our own online community over on our Facebook group. So you can go to meganmins.com/community if you are looking for a free option for getting to connect with people online. We would love to have you over in the Empowered Entrepreneurs community. So hopefully I see you in our Facebook group.
Hey there, really quick before we get back to the show, if you want to create your own Successfully Simple business, you need to join the shortcut. The Successfully Simple shortcut, besides being a mouthful to say, is a course in a community designed not just to give you the framework to design a simple and successful business, but to actually implement it too. So if you are serious about creating a business that allows you to work less and live more, you need to join the shortcut and start taking action. Head to successfullysimple.com/shortcut right now to join. Let's get back to the show.
Hi there, this is Quinn Tempest. I'm a business strategist and coach based in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. And I find it really important to have support from my peers. So really the question is, how do I find my people and how do I get that feedback and support? Well, to be honest, I have been the worst at this in the past. For much of my business, and I've been in business for myself for 9-10 years now, I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't have anyone to ask questions to. The only entrepreneur I knew was my father, and he's 70, and he hasn't been in business for himself since he retired, which was quite a while ago. So I didn't know really until I started tapping into Instagram how many more people there were like me. And I think that was really the start of it, was just looking at female entrepreneur hashtags and seeing what people were doing, seeing that there were women like me going through the challenges like me, asking similar questions like me. And I created a lot of really great connections that way. In fact, I think that's even how Erin and I got connected. And we had virtual coffee. I was on her podcast, and now we're actually in a mastermind together. So one of the things that has really helped me is just remembering to step out of my shell, remembering to know that I'm not alone and that I don't have to do it alone. Also, I created my own community. So now I'm the leader of a community, and I get so excited every time I get to go into our group, post a question, post a challenge, and immediately within 5-10 minutes, get 3 or 4 comments of either, hey, Quinn, I hear you, I feel you, or even direct resources. And the same thing happens for my members. They feel supported. And that's why I created not just a course, but a course and community, because we don't need to be alone. In fact, I think we're better together. And I wish I had something like I created so much earlier in my career. I feel like I would have sidestepped so many obstacles, so many challenges, so many issues, and actually felt like I was understood. So I just want to say, when it comes to how important it is for support, it's non-negotiable for me now, but for the longest time, it was something I didn't even think about. So if you're listening to this, go reach out to someone, talk to someone, go DM someone on Instagram, just start a connection and see where that can take you. Because really, when it comes down to it, we have to make the connections. We have to initiate. And just like relationships, they're built over time. So keep building that trust, keep building that loyalty, and reach out to people who either inspire you or resonate with you, and start that relationship now. You'll thank yourself in 10 years. You don't have to do it alone, and I want to be there for you as well. So feel free, connect with me, create a connection, send me a DM over on Instagram. I am at quinn.tempest.
It's Alicia Robertson, your business coach for all things building a life and business with intention. So when it comes to getting support from my peers, I feel like I'm about 50-50. So it is really important for me to have people that I can go to who understand the journey that I'm on, and who can give me feedback and who can provide support and just kind of be there for me when I need to vent about all things entrepreneurship. But the other half, I also feel like sometimes there are going to be some instances or just some seasons in your life or in your business where you're going to have to kind of figure things out on your own. And, not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will understand the path that you're taking. So sometimes you may be, faced with the fact that not everyone gets it. And that's okay. That is completely okay. That doesn't make them, a bad friend or a bad, mentor or, whoever it is that you're speaking with. But it just goes to show you that you don't necessarily always need the opinions of others or like the feedback from others. Sometimes you just have to go at it for yourself. But for me, when it does come to finding like my people who I am able to go to for feedback and who I am able to go to for support, thankfully, the internet has opened up a whole world of entrepreneurs who get me, who, are either on the same path as me or, some who have been where I am and who can really serve as like a mentor for when I don't know what the heck I am doing. So when it comes to finding those people, it's just been the relationships that I've been able to build on like social media sites like Instagram or on Twitter. I've been able to just start these random conversations with people. And eventually we've gotten to the point where I've been able to reach out and say, hey, you're building a course or you're building a coaching program or you're writing a book. Would you like to, start some type of like weekly call where we can just sit down and talk about our goals and just hold each other accountable? So really just not being afraid to shoot your shot and be the person who reaches out to someone else. Of course, after you've kind of built a relationship with people. Also, I've joined different like masterminds, and I've also joined other like group coaching programs that have been able to open me up to other women that I may not have met otherwise, which has really kind of created a community of its own, which I also love. So not being afraid to pay, I guess you could say, to get into the room to meet other people who may be like-minded as you. But yeah, so that's how I've been able to really just find my people. It's building genuine relationships. And that's the biggest takeaway I want you to get from this, is to build genuine relationships first. That could be hopping on Twitter and y'all talking about your favorite TV show or what you're currently watching on Netflix, or, saying happy birthday when their kid, turns a different age. So just building those genuine relationships before actually reaching out and saying, hey, can you do this for me? Or, hey, would you like to be a part of this call with me? Or, would you like to get on a phone and chat about, whatever it is? Like, just taking that time to build that genuine relationship, I think has really been a game changer. And the people that I have been able to find who have really served as like my business besties, like all of my business besties that I have come from me just starting random conversations with people on Instagram or on Twitter, or me just simply genuinely supporting their work or sharing their work, or even having them on my podcast. So use the platforms that you have to build relationships with some of these people. So that's my biggest takeaway for you, is to just start genuine conversations and let the relationship kind of grow organically from there. All right, you guys, if you would like to keep up with me, you can find me over at livingoverexisting.com, or you can find me on Instagram at the Alicia Nicole.
Hi, I'm Jordan Gill from System Saved Me. I am borderline obsessed with having peers in this space, because sometimes like you just, you're in idea land, you think something's really awesome, and then someone's able to look back at you and say, I've tried that and I would do it this way, or you actually are this type of person, so why would you do this as your business model? Those sorts of things that, again, we just kind of need people who know us and have grown with us. I've been really fortunate that I've been in a peer-led mastermind, the same one since the middle of 2017. So that is, a lot of years of consistent getting to know me. And we've become like a sisterhood. We're there for each other through personal, shakeups, business shakeups. And I've just found that I feel so grateful for those women, about 8 of us now, and the commitment that comes from, if you share similar values to people about commitment, then you're going to have an incredible support team there for you. And then I actually also joined a group coaching program this year, and I hadn't been in one for a while. And that has been tremendous, to be able to be in rooms of women who think differently in such an abundance space and are your biggest cheerleaders and think in just like you all think each other's are dope. And so for me, again, I've been, I want to say lucky in the sense that I've, the peer mastermind is a low ticket item. I think it's like $500 for the 6 months to somebody who's just facilitating. And then the group coaching program that I'm in is a $24,000 program for the year. And so again, I'm blessed that I have the finances to be in that level of a space. At the beginning of this year, I would never have thought that I would be in a program at that stature, but I bet on myself. And I knew that, the person that I was learning from, the types of people that she attracted to her, were similar people that I wanted in my space. And so I took a leap. And I had no idea what my offer was going to be. I had no idea really what I was doing at all in this program, because I did not have a plan to do what it was teaching us. But it was by far, besides my team, the best financial decision I've made this year, hands down. I think that it's good to have a balance of friendships. It's also good to have a balance of business colleagues or people, peer-to-peer colleagues that you can call on for questions or insights. Sometimes you have to pay for that. And, that's not a bad thing. And it's not something to shy away from at all. So if you want to continue to connect with me, my website is systemsaveme.com, or you can find me on Instagram at systemsavedme.
Hey there, it's Erin. I'm back. And for me, I don't know that I would still be in business if I didn't have support. It is so key to have support in your business and have someone or a group of people to turn to and get feedback and help when you're struggling. And so I'm actually in several masterminds, groups of peers where we kind of bounce ideas off each other, help each other work through problems and things like that. And I have lots of great connections that I've made over the years with other entrepreneurs that I can go to in a less formal way to get feedback for what I'm working on and things like that. And having those connections, whether it's a mastermind or something less formal or a great community that you can go to, is just so important because those peers know what you're going through. They have had similar experiences, they've either gone through it before, or they can look at it from a way, a business perspective that maybe other people in your life don't understand. So I think it is so important, and I would not have the business that I have today if I didn't have those connections and that community to lean on for support. So my takeaway for you today is to find your people. Find others who have similar businesses. They can be competitors or not, or just complementary businesses, and lean on them. Start a group, start a mastermind, meet every week or every other week and connect, bounce ideas, give each other feedback, or join a community. If you're not quite sure yet who to connect with, joining a community like mine, The Shortcut, could be a great place for you to find like-minded people who will be able to support you. And from there, you can then branch off into a mastermind if you want to go a little bit more in-depth with a certain smaller group of people. But I just think it's so important, and I honestly don't know what I would have done if I didn't have that support and community aspect in my business. I probably would have given up a long time ago, and I don't want you to do that. So go find a community today. And if you're interested in joining The Shortcut, head to successfullysimple.com/shortcut. It's a community of amazing entrepreneurs where you can connect and maybe meet your mastermind group. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, any links mentioned in this episode will be included in the show notes at successfullysimple.com. Find us at Successfully Simple on Instagram and tell us what you think on this topic. And if you really loved this episode, please take 2 minutes to leave us a review. It really helps us out and it helps others find the show. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.